Hello everyone, and welcome to our next module 5 of EDT 506. So this week will be interesting because our modules don't really take a break, unfortunately, for the Thanksgiving holiday. So we're trying to make this a little more flexible because everybody's busy schedules. So for this week, we're going to focus on compiling, collecting literature for your study and your background articles for your study. And we're going to use the Teachers College databases and other free tech publication reference sheets that's in the course module setup folder to help you do this. You're going to create a Noodle Tools reference for each source. So we can use the Teachers College Noodle Tools reference sheet and help videos that are all in the folder materials, which I'll show you momentarily. And you're also going to create multiple Noodle Tools note cards for each source to use for your final project. Please read the guidelines to help focus your research. You're going to drop your Noodle Tools project in the folder called 506 on Noodle Tools. I'm going to show you how to do that today. And once you've done that, you never have to drop it again. It'll always be shared with me. And we're going to also play around with this idea. We want others in the class to see your project, so we're going to make your project public, and you're going to post a link to your project on the Module 5 discussion. But there's also some different way we can do this. This is really a little bit new for Noodle Tools, so I'll explain this more in this video. Okay, and then the screenshots here show you how to actually do that. And you're going to put that to the Module 5 discussion. Now, this is all due change of dates next Friday, the 24th. So Thanksgiving's on the 23rd. We're made us due on the 24th, and you're going to continue to work on your final paper and presentation that we do during week 7. Now, deliverables. Only thing I'm going to require you to do this week is to require other students, right, to look at their posts, look at their sources, offer some feedback on their Noodle Tools project, right? And you're going to add their project to your own account. But there might be another way we can share this out that might be easier, but I'll get to that momentarily. And I made this. This assignment down here was usually a part of this week's discussions and requirements, but because we're over the Thanksgiving holiday, I'm making it a bonus assignment. If you want to do, you'll get bonus credit. All right, and here's how this would work. You're going to read Walsh, multimodal design, and then you're going to read another paper by Elbers. This is about visual texts, and you're writing kind of a compare and contrast essay about those two papers. These are great papers to look at some ways you can use these ideas in your own research, so I still might want to skim them if you're not going to at least use this assignment for some bonus credit, but they're really good. And you're going to submit it to the Turnitin drop. If we go back to turnitin.com, let me log in real quickly. I was logged in, but I was logged out. Okay, and we'll go to EDT 506. All right, there we go. And here's the assignment, Module 5 Critique. Okay, so you're going to view that. And, oops, sorry about that. Let me go back. It's not what I wanted to actually do. You're going to submit it right here. I'm going to change the due date. It says the 26th, but don't worry about that. You can submit that later in the semester if you have a time to do that for your bonus assignment. Okay, so let's go into the folder here, Module 5, Visual Texts, and let's look at some of the aspects here. So here I posted an example paper and presentation. It's a page on Schoology, and there's the paper you can view, and then the example of their presentation. I made some comments that this paper used a lot of first person. I would really try to be more of a detached scholarly tone, more of a third person approach to this assignment, this paper. And then it's example of a presentation that they put together that was multimodal in its makeup. All right. Now, here's a materials folder. And there's the 2 articles for the extra credit assignments. Okay, and there is a link to access Noodle Tools, and then there's some videos that I made how to use Noodle Tools, how to create note cards and so forth. Noodle Tools changed their interface a little bit, but they haven't. It's all the same, but just looks a little different. So these videos might not look like your view of Noodle Tools, but the idea is the same behind it. If you want to use those as a reference, okay. Let's get out of there. All right. And that's what we're going to do. Here's where you would share your Noodle Tools project. So let's go into Noodle Tools. Okay, so here's what I'm going to do. Let me refresh this. I think I might have been logged out of this as well. Okay, so I'm going to open up a project that I have, a social studies module that I was working on. Okay, and when you begin a project, you're going to make it an APA advanced project. Okay, let me see if this is going to come up or not. All right. Okay, let me go open a different one. I'm not sure that one's not working as well. Okay. open up this particular project. All right, so let me go to my dashboard of my project, and it shows you some things you can add to it. You can now click to add a research question, your thesis. Okay, you can actually start your paper in Google Docs and it'll be attached to this project. Now this one already has public view on it. Now let me see. So you would change the settings here, and what you're going to want to make sure is you can allow the entire project to be copied, and then you would share this link on the discussion on Schoology right in here. That might be the easiest way. And then when you open that up, you're going to actually copy that project to your own project's inbox, and you'll be able to see each other's projects. Another way to do it is this: share with a project index. You have to drop it into EDT 506. So all you do is click on this, and you would type in EDT. Now it won't come up for me because I am the owner of it, but 506, and it would be a match where you would then see our drop. So I put that direction right here on the action sheet. Make sure you share your project with me on Noodle Tools, okay? And the drop ID is, sorry about that, EDT 506. So unfortunately it's not coming up for me because I'm the owner of it, but it will come up for you, and EDT 506, and then you can share that with me like that. So you got to press done and you're good with that. Now another way is you can do student collaboration, and you can add each other to your projects. So if you want to share in this discussion, this is another way, your IDs, your Noodle Tools ID, you could just add the person as a peer reviewer, and you could press done. So we're a small class, it might be an easier way to do it. So we can try this out, it's a nice new feature, or we can do the public view link. Either way would work fine. Okay, so that's how you would do this. Though when you're making your sources, again, you're going to start building your bibliography of sources that you're using. Create a new citation. Is it a database? Is it a website? You know, you look through the checks here. You're going to create note cards for each individual source. Okay, so I could edit some of these note cards. These are actually annotated ones. Show and hide note cards. But these are some of the note cards from other students' projects that I'm showing you right here, where you're going to also create note cards on Noodle Tools. Okay, so you can go to your note card section, which is kind of neat. And you can create a brand new note card. And when you make a brand new note card, you click, you can give it a title, you can tie it to a source that you already have in your bibliography that you already created, or you can make it an untitled, not tied to any source, just a thought card, which is kind of interesting. Here's where you put down some annotations here, things in your own words here, paraphrasing, just your ideas. So I like the way this for students. Again, the whole goal of this is to model what you can use with your own students. This is kind of a nice interface, especially for middle and high school students. There is an elementary scaled down version, which is still useful, the starter version, where you can sort of type in your note cards and differentiate between your ideas, direct quotes, your thinking, paraphrasing. Definitely include page numbers if you know the page where that particular idea came from, the URLs, the source. You can start making tags. You can start doing some really neat things. Okay, and once you have your note cards, you can actually start putting your note cards into piles. Okay, these are already in a pile. But if your note cards are just static, you could put them together. You can name the pile. Let me just call it test. Okay, and then they're in a pile right now. You can like change the view of your desktop here, which is kind of, let me close that, kind of neat. You can also start creating an outline, and you could drag note cards or piles onto your outline, which is really kind of neat. So there's so many cool things you could do with this and have some fun playing around as a way to organize your research digitally, as opposed to traditional 3x5 or whatever 4x6 index cards, right? So that's what we're doing this week. Okay, so we're striving to really gather a lot of great articles for your project. Now let me just go back to the main page here. In our core SEP materials folder, here's where I added some, whoops, didn't want to do that. Here's where I added some information about our databases, some free tech publications, and don't forget thinking forward to using WeVideo as a great tool to create your project. Again, I have a lot of resources here. This is a really good sheet about digital storytelling, which is really what we're doing. You're researching. You're going to craft a story about your information. This is a sheet I use with my clearance teachers, where you can really learn about ideas of digital storytelling and how to use WeVideo. So I like this first module, I go all over into what digital storytelling is, which is great. And then I talk about how to make an account in WeVideo and how to do all these wonderful things. And I have a lot of references here for you. This is the actual class project that I use with my students about creating a digital story. So you can look through this and get a sense of what I do with my own students in terms of this particular project, which I think is just a lot of fun. So please give it a look and let me know if you have any questions. And if you have any problems, let me know. All right, take care. Bye-bye.